love me. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
This is the third lecture in this course. In the previous course, we looked at 8 primitive Java types, and today we're going to be looking at our first non-primitive Java type. Our first non-primitive Java type is called string, and we use it to work with text. So I'm in Eclipse, and I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to name it string, and click finish. And we got our string folder right here. As in the previous lecture, we're going to create a class. We're going to right click in our string folder and we're going to go to new class. I'm going to name this one application as well. So right here, I'm not going to ask Eclipse to create a main method for me. Instead, I'm going to show you another way how to create a main method. I'm going to click finish. So here is our class. As we said in our previous lecture, every program needs a main method, an entry point. You can type it yourself, of course, but I'm going to show you a handy shortcut that Eclipse has. So I'm going to write main, and I'm going to type Control space, and I'm going to click enter. So as you saw in the previous lecture, we're going to create an int variable. We're going to name it a number. And in the same way, you can create string, which can hold text. But instead, string is written with uppercase because it's a class. And I'm gonna name it text. Of course, the name could be anything in here. And now we're gonna put our text in double quotes. And I'm gonna put a random text in here. I'm gonna say hi. So here I want to gradually introduce you to the concepts of classes and objects. So here string is the class. That means it's just a type. Like in the real world, for example, fruits. The concept fruits doesn't refer to any particular fruit. It's just a general type of something. And in the same way, here string is a type of object which can hold text. And this right here is a variable which is able of referring to an object of type string. This doesn't contain or hold the object, it just refers to an object of type string. Don't worry if you don't understand everything right now, because we're gonna be coming back to strings throughout the course, and gradually you're gonna understand it. And then we're gonna type a semicolon. Just notice that every sentence must end in semicolon. And I can output this string by typing sysout, control space, and within parentheses I'm gonna write the name of the variable. And here we have our first text that says hi. And you can do a lot of interesting things with string. You can add them together, which is called concatenation. So we're gonna concatenate different strings. I'm gonna create a blank string. And then another one. I'm gonna call this one more text. I'm gonna put here the word there. And now I'm gonna print them to console by typing sysout, control space. And here I'm gonna add all the strings together. So text plus blank plus more text. So here I'm gonna add a semicolon. And I'm gonna click run. So you can see that here we have hi and hi there. Hi blank there. We can add text by adding it directly to the systemout.println line. Like for example, sysout control space hi plus blank plus there. So here you can see it's the same thing as adding string variables. Another way I could print all these strings together is by creating another string variable, hi there, and here I'm gonna add all the strings together. Now to print them all I have to do is use this single variable. So as you can see, they all output the same text. Now to show you that you can concatenate string with any other type, we have here an integer variable, and we're going to create a double variable as well. So here I'm going to concatenate a string with an integer and a double. I'm going to write my number plus a number plus a double. So I've clicked run, and as you can see here, we need to separate them. I'm going to put another string in the middle. I'm going to put a comma and a blank space. So I'm going to click run again, and I'm going to write here my numbers as long as they are two numbers. So you can now see that my numbers are 9 and 9.5. This was just to show you that you can concatenate strings with any other primitive type. So there are many other things you can do with strings, but we'll go through strings again in the upcoming lectures. So stay tuned.